Yeah, YouTube's going.
Okay. All right. I wanted to talk about the weekly newsletter. It comes out on Monday afternoon and it's released after the close on Monday. Why is that important? Well, you heard what I said last night. Nothing has changed other than the fact I do have some new opportunities, and we'll talk about that. So, each week we have an actual breakdown of the market right to your inbox, giving you insight how you need to plan smart, trade confidently, and stay ahead. That's the key. All right, here's where I look at Monday's high and low, and I come away with some numbers. And just to give you an idea, we went as high on the S&P to 63.74. You ought to write that number down. And on the E-mini, we went as low as 63.29. We're currently, 62.53. Looks like those will hold for highs and lows. The broad market update. Now, key news. Tomorrow we got Jay Powell, speaking, but he got, he got referred to the DOJ today by Anna Paulina Luma, that congresswoman, okay, for lying to Congress. So that's probably some news that everybody's going to be focused on tomorrow when the guy's talking. Key earnings, already identified this. That'll be Tesla on Wednesday after the close, Google after the close, and IBM after the close. My Magic 5 stocks, I'll just give them to you today, and Jonathan can use these. I'll use NVIDIA, AMD, a new stock, NI will be one of the Magic 5 for the week, NI. Another new stock, ETH, and then we'll use QQQ to finish off. That way you got something to go up or down with, QQQ. Also, we have a special trade room for the weekly newsletter, okay?
And Tom means Telegram channel.
Yeah, the Telegram channel. What did I say?
You said trade room, but you meant Telegram channel.
Well, Telegram channel, like a trade room. I reverted back to years ago. And you can sign up for it over here. You put it in there. It's $9.99. $9.99 for a year. You can sign up for it. There it is right there. And the special opportunities. My special opportunity this week is silver. Silver is about to break out. And let me give you the high of the day on silver. I got 39.38. And that's something that you need to keep your eye on for silver or silver-related stocks. It's about to break out. That's the first time that I've used it as a special opportunity, I believe, and that's coming your way right away. Silver. There you go, Carlos. Any other things you want to mention, Jonathan, on this?
That's the weekly trade letter issued a little bit after the close, probably around 4 o'clock or so Eastern time, or excuse me, probably around 5 o'clock Eastern time is when that's released on Mondays.
Yeah, it'll be coming out this afternoon, and you'll have it. And again, that is something that we sort of solidify what we talk about on Friday night, or not Friday night, but on Sunday night, we put it in writing with the newsletter each week. I think it's pretty good. It serves, people are printing it off and using it. Yeah, because it's simple to forget. Like NI, I've never traded NI or ETH until today, and now I've traded both of them, and I'm ready to go mainline with them. That's a couple stocks I picked up from last week to this week, and that's a good way to sort of keep up with it. All right, this is the weekly trade letter. The next thing I want to do here at the end of the day, Jonathan, if that's the last slide, the next thing I want to do is remind people Futures First is tonight at 7. Futures First is tonight at 7. And I want to go through, if we could, the 25 tickers, and let's just go through that and see what they're saying here at the end of the day, Jonathan. The tickers. By the way, Amazon was moving higher, and it's at 229, 229. Jonathan, go through this with each of them and just spell out here at the end of the day what it means going into Monday. He's going to update it for everybody.
Going into Monday, or Tuesday, the S&P and NASDAQ are above their first 3 days high.
And that's important, folks. This is the first time that we've got a solid close above that, meaning it argues for higher prices later on in the week.
And with the S&P and the NASDAQ, we should see the majority of stocks higher as well. We got gold and silver long. Tom just mentioned silver, ready to break out. Bitcoin is long. Bonds are short. Stock side, ACHR and Joby on the aviation side are long. Bunch of tech longs. AMD, Amazon, Apple is not. Berkshire short. Crypto related is going to be long.
Let me look at coin. Where's coin? Yeah, coin's well into the buy area.
Netflix is short after its earnings. It's been short all week though, or a month. It was selling off prior to earnings and still below its FTD low. There's
And continued down. Netflix did.
again, QQQ, it's SPY long, and XXRP long. 2 more weeks in July.
My assessment, folks, after doing the 25 tickers, is that the market is still intact to go higher. And as we go into trade day Tuesday, I think there's a big opportunity just watching these stocks tonight. And of course, the futures tonight, we'll have a setup or two on that. I'm pretty excited about what I'm looking at. We just need to see where we end up. And we got another couple hours on the stocks. At 8 o'clock tonight, they open for tomorrow. And futures will trade to about 5 o'clock. Futures will. Anything else you want to talk about here on part 2, Jonathan? We had a great day so far for train and trade. I think people get a chance to see it and learn it.
You asked for a wheel. I'm no graphic designer, so this is what you get. A wheel of opportunity, if you will, around the 24-hour clock. 9 p.m. Eastern time, you got targeted market as the futures market. 5 a.m. is where Tom's trading TQQQ and the TNT program.
And I do that all the way on that TQ. That's when I put out what I think about 5 to 6, something like that in the morning to trade prior to the start of the day.
8 and 10 a.m. is for sunrise. On Tuesdays, we've got the power plays in the morning off the cash open reference bar, and then at 10:45 we got connected dots, so that'll be happening tomorrow. At 12:05 Eastern, we got Genesis. All that's, and then on Thursday and Friday, we've got the final hour Weekend Promise Club. So 9 p.m., 5 a.m., 8 and 10, and noon are every day of the week. Tuesday, we got a double hitter. And then Thursday and Friday, we got the Weekend Promise Club in the last hour. So around the clock, opportunities with Tom.
Sort of give you an idea of the way I think and what I look for. Mary Ann, Jonathan, tell me how you posted the weekly trade letter.
The weekly trade letter, Marianne, is we have sent a notice inside the Telegram channel for you to log into the one-click membership area and view the report. Inside one click under T-Buzz weekly trade letter. It's named the same thing in Telegram as it is named inside the membership area. So you'll get a note inside Telegram that says, hey, the weekly trade letter is ready to review this week, and you would click the link inside Telegram, which would bring you to one-click trading, where you can then log in and access your membership area, and it'll be front and center once you get there. And it's 3:45, which means that in 15 minutes, I'll work up today's report and get it issued. So if you want to see this week's report, it's only $9.99 for a year. Can't beat that.
$9.99. A lot of people said they paid $999. I said, no, we're doing it at a special $9.99. So the market is back to 62.45, which is the pivot number for the day. It's pulled all the way back from 75 roughly, about 30 points on the S&P. Let's go to the E-mini chart and we'll see how it happened. If you look at the E-mini, we were bullish. Notice Genesis right there. If you see Genesis, could you circle Genesis for everybody?
Yeah, Genesis, it's going to be hard to see today, but it's this bar right here that marked the top.
Everybody see that? And then here's what happened. It stayed sideways all the way to RB4, and then you had a break of RB4 and a break of that low. Highlight that low over there on the green low at the top. Once you broke that, then you ended up in a situation the market was coming down, and down we came, and we're at 43 right now, which means good test, Jonathan. It could test down there at the again the high, okay, the high of the 3-day breakout number, which is 63.33. It looks like to me that's where support is if you look at it. Notice that there's not one bar since the market broke that has a higher high, higher lows. Everybody see that? That's important to note when you read your charts there. See that? You got to get above 51 to stop the downtrend going right now. And then it just goes on and on and on until you stop downtrend. That's what you're looking for. Jim, I think he sent it to you. Check your email. All right, any last minute questions? We'll come back at 7 for Futures First, and Jonathan will put a link in there if you want to join us there for Futures First. We'll wrap it up, Jonathan. There it is. Get joined if you're not there, and we'll see you there at 7 o'clock tonight. Should be an interesting setup with this rebirth of where we started. And note that we started last night. This is interesting. We started last night at 63.35. So looks pretty good to me. All right. That's all I got. I'll see you tonight at 7. Thank you. Not really, John. I don't think it has anything to do with it. I think the market just got overdone, can get higher, and they always back and fill it. Doesn't mean anything. Still bullish. Have a good night.